Welcome students on another video lecture on cultivation series. In our last video we have discussed about what is meant by cultivation, what is the importance of cultivation and what are its advantages. Now we will see what are the different methods of cultivation. As we know, the cultivation require intensive care and management. The conditions and duration of cultivation required that will be depend upon the which type of medicinal plant is there, what is the quality, what is the variety of that particular medicinal plant. According to that, there are different specifications of temperature, soil, rainfall and altitude, all the requirements which are required for each and every medicinal plants that will differ from each and every plant. So first method of, and there are different methods of propagations which are used for different medicinal plants. According to the type of medicinal plant, different methods are selected. In that, first method is vegetative propagation or asexual propagation. In case of vegetative propagation, that can be defined as regeneration or formation of new individual from vegetative part of the plant body. So here the original plant is there, and from that original plant a part is taken out, and that part is again used for regeneration or formation of new plant. So new plant is produced from original part of the plant body. For example, if the rose plant is there and we have to regenerate that rose plant again, then the stem part of that rose plant is taken out and again it is fixed into the soil, and all the uniform condition for its developments they are provided, then it will develop into new plant. Such method is known as vegetative propagation or asexual propagation of plant. So here there are various examples given, different parts of the plant which are used for propagation of different types of medicinal plant. First one is bulbs. Here you can see these are the bulbs, these are the storage food materials which are under the ground, and these bulbs they are having rootlets. Such bulbs are used for propagation of new plant, new species, new plant of allium. So if the allium is there, in that the propagation is done by using bulb. In case of potato, tubers are used. What are tubers? Tubers are the thickened underground part. These are again thickened underground part of stem or rhizome, and which are get thickened due to storage of food material, and this thickened stem part is known as tuber, and that tuber is used for formation or regeneration of new plant in case of potato. After that, next one is offset. Offset means these are the small plants, small daughter plants which are formed on the mother plant. This one is the mother plant and this one is the daughter plant. This daughter plant is formed on the mother plant and which is produced asexually or it is produced naturally, and these are genetically identical with the mother plant. So these are just like a clone. These are genetically identical with the mother plant. All the genetic characteristic of mother plant they are come in the daughter plant. So this type of regeneration is known as regeneration by offset, by using offset. Next one is rhizome. You can see here the ginger and haldi rhizomes are there. These rhizomes are again used for cultivation of large amount of ginger or haldi in the field. So rhizomes are used for vegetative propagation. After that, vegetative propagation by root. In case of asparagus, roots are used. Here you can see the roots of asparagus are there and they are planted in the field, and in this way the vegetative propagation by root is done in case of asparagus. Now corms. These are the corms which are the rounded storage food material or organ which are present inside the soil or under the soil which are present, and these are the swollen stems and which are covered with scaly leaves. So these are the stems and which are covered with scaly leaves, and such combs are used for regeneration of plant, that is known as regeneration by combs. That example is colchicum. Colchicum is regenerated on new plants, or vegetative propagation is done by using combs. Now the runners. Runners means these are the slender stems. You can see here, these are the slender stems, and which are form or grow horizontally along the ground. Along the ground they will form, and at certain distance there will be these are known as nodes, and from that nodes the roots are produced, or rootlets are produced from these nodes. And when you are taking out that part with rootlet and it is placed in another soil, then again there will be formation of new plant. So such type of regeneration is known as regeneration by using runners. So these are the slender stem, and at certain distance they are having nodes, and from that nodes the roots are produced, and these roots are then again transferred into the another soil and new plant is regenerated. Such type of regeneration will occur in case of peppermint. After that, other methods of vegetative propagations are there. Apart from asexual method, there will be cutting. These are the parts of the plant: stem, root or leaf. Sometimes leaf is used, sometimes roots are used. In some plants stems are used, and these portions are cut from the main plant and which will be grown under suitable condition, and that will be developed into new plant. Stem cuttings are generally used to obtain new plants. Example: sugarcane, rose, etc. So sugarcane or rose, these are the plants which are propagated by cutting method. In that, stems are cut and they are fixed in soil, and the new plant will generate. Such type of propagation is done, that is known as cutting. Next one is layering. In layering, roots are induced on the stem while it is still attached to the parent plant. So here roots are induced on the stem. That stem is attached to the parent plant only, and to that stem here roots are induced, and after some time when the roots are well developed, then the part of stem is detached from the parent plant. When the roots are induced on the stem and they will properly fixed with the stem, then that part is removed or detached from the parent plant, and that plant is again transplanted into new soil or new field, and then it will form a new plant. So in this way regeneration is done, or formation of new plant is done by using layering. Roots are placed on the stem, and when the roots are placed and when the roots are uniformly fixed with that stem, the stem portion is detached, and from that stem portion again new plant is generated. That is known as layering. Example is jasmine. After that, next method is grafting. New variety is produced by joining parts of two different plants. The rooted shoot of one plant called stalk is joined with a piece of shoot of another plant known as scion, and example is rose, citrus or rubber. In that the part of one plant is taken. For example, bud is taken and it is placed in such a way, artistically placed in such a way on the another plant stem or another plant root, and both they are growing. Both the partners, they will growing and they will produce fruit or flower. For example, such type of grafting is specially done in case of rose plant. Here the rose plant with one plant is color white and another is with pink color. So the part of plant, that is bud, is taken out from the pink color plant, and that bud is fixed on the stem of rose plant in such a way that it will fixed or uniformly packed with that another plant, and both they are growing, and the stem which is produced from that bud, they will having pink color flower, while the other parts of the plant they are having white color flower. Such type of process is known as grafting. After that, asexual propagation, as a resultant species formed through the advantages of asexual propagation. First advantage is that as resultant species formed through asexual process are genetically identical, useful traits can be preserved among them. So first important advantage of this method of propagation is that the genetically similar species or same species, same traits can be regenerated, and due to which these traits can be preserved, or these species can be preserved because they are genetically identical. After that, asexual propagation allows propagation of crops that do not possess seed, or those which are not possible to grow from seed. For example, jasmine, sugarcane, potato, banana, rose, all these plants which are not produced by using seeds. Many times seeds are not viable, and the plants cannot be produced or germinate through seed germination method. In that case, only asexual propagation is the method which is used for regeneration of plant. So for that plant, for those plants, it is useful method. In this type, only a single parent is required, and thus it eliminates the need for propagation mechanisms such as pollination and cross pollination. So single parent is there, there is no need of two parents, only single parent is there, so there will be no pollination, and cross pollination is required in case of asexual propagation method. The process is faster than sexual propagation, helps in rapid generation of crop, which in turn balance the loss. In case of sexual propagation method, pollination, cross pollination, after that seed germination, and the seeds are germinate. After germinating, when the seeds are sown for germination, then most of the seeds, they will undergo dormancy, dormant period, and the dormant period may be longer for many seeds, and when favorable conditions will form, then only they will start growing, and due to which it delays the process of propagation. So always asexual propagation is faster than sexual propagation. So all these are the advantages of asexual propagation. Disadvantages: diversity is lost in asexual propagation, which is the main reason behind occurrence of disease in future plant species. No diversity is there, same species is regenerated, same species with same genetic makeup is regenerated, so the diseases which are present in the mother plant, they will come in the daughter plant also, so the future plants is also suffering from same diseases. As many crops are produced with this process, this lead to overcrowding and lack of nutrient. Overcrowding is there, as well as lack of nutrients is also there in case of crops which are produced by this process. New varieties of crops cannot be developed in this type of propagation because the genetic makeup is same of mother as well as daughter plant, and due to which new varieties we cannot prepare by asexual propagation method. Asexual propagation is expensive process that requires special skills for successful cultivation of crop. So this asexual propagation is not a simple process, it is expensive as well as it will require a skilled person. Especially in case of grafting, skilled person is required to transfer that bud or to fix the bud of one plant on the another plant. Now for that reason it will become expensive. Crops produced through this process have shorter lifespan than those grown through sexual process, because they are not produced by genetic transfer or by transfer of chromosomes and all this, and they are generally produced by placing or cutting the part of the plant or fixing the part of the plant in the soil, and due to which the lifespan is also short as compared to the plant which is produced by sexual process. Also they are having suffering from same diseases, so the resistance power is also less towards pest and diseases in case of those plants which are produced by asexual propagation method. Now, importance of asexual propagation: it is cheaper, easier, rapid method of multiplication. Just you have to cut the part of the plant and place in the soil, so it is easy and also cheaper and rapid method of multiplication. It will not have a dormancy period, and due to which rapid multiplication will occur. Many fruit trees usually require 4 to 5 years to bear the fruit when they develop from the seed. The plants developed by vegetative method take only a year to bear fruit. Here we are having tree which are producing the fruit which require near about 4 to 5 years, but if the grafting is done on the plant, then they will bear the fruit within 1 year, so it will cause rapid multiplication and formation of fruits also. Plant like roses and chrysanthemum do not form viable seeds. Thus, vegetative propagation is the only method for propagation and method of reproduction and continuation of species in such plant. Which those plants which are not producing viable seeds or which cannot be propagated by using seed germination method or seed sowing method, in that case the vegetative propagation is only the method which is used for reproduction. All the plants developed by this method will be generally similar to parent plant. All the plants which are having same genetic makeup or genetically identical or clones are produced, and that will be helpful to maintain the species of that particular plant. So here the asexual reproduction will end. If you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.